Hi, y'all. Welcome to my channel, Rachel K Yoga. You have chosen a 25 minutes intermediate yoga for strength and balance. Now, this class is called intermediate because it does get into some strong postures pretty quickly, although I will offer a reasonable amount of guidance and variations to postures. So if you are starting to move from your beginner practice into intermediate, this is a great way to start. Before we get started, please remember to subscribe to my channel and share with your family and friends so we can grow this community. Thank you. As I was saying about the class, I would also highly recommend you can go to my 15-minute beginner yoga for strength and balance and start off with that class and then start this one right after. They go really well together. That would bring you to about 40 minutes if you have time. Otherwise, just keep in mind that this class starts off strong almost right away. You're going to do great, and let's get started. Okay, let's begin in a child's pose. Your knees can be completely together if you prefer that way, or it's more accessible. Otherwise, you can open your knees any amount, maybe towards the edges of your mat. Toes come towards each other, sinking your hips back towards your heels, maybe taking a block underneath your sit bones if you need, or a blanket. Then coming down to bring your forehead to the mat and stretching, reaching your fingertips towards the top of the mat, creating length through your arms and through the full sides of your body. Maybe you lift your forehead a little as you inhale and walk your fingertips forward. And as you exhale, pressing the forehead gently back down as the hips sink back towards the heels, creating a long spine, connecting to your breath. How does your breath feel today? How does your body feel? Begin to expand your inhale down into the base of the lungs, feeling your belly, and then your ribs, and then your chest fill up. Maybe you take a moment to feel all that breath filled in your body and then sigh it out. If you missed it, let's try again. Deep breath in. Let it go. Then you could keep your mouth closed next time you exhale. Two more deep breaths in child's pose, creating the length on your breaths in and settling deeper into the posture on your breaths out. You start to walk your hands back a little bit so you can lift your head, rise up into tabletop position. Fingers are spread, shoulders over wrists, hips are over your knees. You might rocking your hips side to side. You're starting to move into cat and cows. Inhale, drop your belly, take your chin and your tail up towards the ceiling. Gazing up, and then exhale, round, look in towards your belly, chin towards chest. Move through your cat and cows in your own way, at your own pace, keeping your breath flowing on the inhale with your belly dropped, and on the exhale with the rounded spine, cat pose. Moving how you like could mean barreling your torso in circles as you flow in and out for a few of those breaths. It could mean sinking your hips back towards your heels and then rounding into your cat. Inhale. Exhale. We'll do one more round, cat and cow. Coming to your neutral tabletop when you're finished. Maybe walking a little bit forward on your mat. And then your knees under hips, toes under heels, shoulders over wrists as you press into the hands. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, bear pose. Hover the knees above the mat. Press into the hands to lift your chest away from the ground. Belly and ribs hug in. Knees continue to hover just above the mat. One more inhale here. Exhale, send your hips up and back, downward facing dog. You might need to adjust the space between your hands and feet. Gripping the fingertips into the mat, sending your chest back towards your thighs as you are perhaps lifting your heels up and down to walk your dog at this first welcome into the posture. Turning your inner elbows a little bit up towards the ceiling. Pulling your shoulder blades down the back. You press your hands into the ground, gripping the fingers, chest towards thighs, maybe bending into the knees as you pull your heels towards the ground. We'll take another inhale here and an exhale. Lift your right heel towards the ceiling. Keep the toes pointing down. Another inhale to lift the heel a little higher, pressing the left heel towards the mat. Knee comes into chest, shift forward into a plank, and then step your right foot down in between your hands. Come into first your runner's lunge, get stable. Back heel is over the toes. Soft bend into the back knee. Press into the hands, take a deep breath in. Exhale, belly hugs in as you lift your fingers into the air. Then on the inhale, lengthen through the spine, press into the front foot. Exhale, belly hugs in as you press the hips forward. Maybe you need a nice bend in the back knee in order to keep your tailbone extending down and belly lifting in. Otherwise, can you inhale? Exhale, press into the ball of the back foot to shift your hips forward, long leg behind you. One more inhale here. On the exhale, hands come to heart center. You're staying in your warrior, in your high lunge. I'm going to shift a little bit back so you can see the next posture. You're still here, hands at heart center. You start to lean forward for warrior 3. Press into the standing foot, lift the back foot up. Press the heel back behind you as you point the toes down. Maybe you come to your hips to make sure that they're lined up and extend your heel behind you in line with your hip. You could take airplane arms, gaze down onto the mat in front of you, smooth back of the neck. You could extend the arms out in front of you. Full warrior 3, inhale. Exhale, bend into the standing knee a little bit so you can bring your left knee behind and then up and forward. Lift through the arms. Left knee is lifted. Act like you're stepping onto a box here. Press down with that foot, even though it's just in the air. One more inhale here. Exhale, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you for dancing Shiva. Twisting from the heart center. Hips stay forward. Pulling the shoulder blades together, maybe looking behind you. One more inhale. Exhale, back forward and facing up. Inhale, reach to the ceiling. Exhale, curl your left leg over your right, maybe wobble like me, step down. Then wrap the legs around each other, arms come out in front, right elbow under left. Eagle posture, if you can get into it here. You could just hold your shoulders. You could step your left foot down next to your right. Sit back, breathe. One more breath here. Press your forearms together, elbows in line with the shoulders. Start to release. Inhale, lift the knee again. Exhale, step back into your high lunge. From high lunge, a breath in. Exhale, come into warrior 2. Adjust your heel in line with the arch of your back foot and stretch your arms out in opposite directions. Shoulder blades gently pulling together, bending deeply into the front knee over the ankle. Look over your front fingertips. One more inhale. Exhale, straighten the front leg, back arm down, front arm up, sky archer. Must feel nice to stretch that front leg. Reach back, slide the hand down, inhale. Exhale, we come into triangle. I'm gonna softly bend my knee to bring a block to the outside of my ankle, and then I'll take my stretch forward on the breath in. Exhale, hips pull back as my right hand comes down to the shin or the block, lifting your left arm up. Gently pulling your left hip back as the right hip tucks underneath. Another stretch up, turning from your heart center if you want to open more. So less about the arm pulling back and more about turning from your torso. One more inhale here. Exhale, soft bend into the knee, bending into it and looking down. Bring the hands to the mat. Step back to your plank pose. Hold it there a moment. Find your position. Belly lifts in. Press away from the mat on your inhale. Exhale, drop your knees. Shift forward, chest, chin. Elbows stay in on the inhale. Hands under shoulders as you lift into baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. Press the chest up, send the hips back. Moment in child's pose. It's a long sequence we just went right into, and you did amazing. Deep breath in and let it go. Deep breath in. Sigh it out. 3 deep breaths only through the nose. Find that peace within. Breathe through the intensity so that you can let some of it go. Trust me, I feel it too. Lift your head up, start to shift forward. Tabletop position. We're going to skip the bear pose. Walk your hands forward and find downward facing dog. Arrive in your downward dog. Take a breath. How does it feel now, this downward dog, compared to how it did when you started? Lift your left heel towards the ceiling, point the toes down. Press the right heel towards the ground. Press your chest towards your thighs. Lift the heel, breathe in. Knee to chest as you shift forward. Step your foot down in between your hands. Set up your runner's lunge first. And then press into the standing feet. Press into the front foot and the ball of the back foot, rather. Lift through the chest. Take an inhale. Exhale, rise. Yes, we take our time to get places in this practice, okay? So easy to just flow through and miss all of that good strength that you build by moving with intention, moving a little more slowly. Lift the belly up and in, breathe in, reach up. Exhale, shift the hips forward, press into the ball of the back foot, ground into your front foot. One more inhale here. Exhale, hands at the heart. Setting up for your warrior 3. Tall through the spine, breath in. Exhale, lean forward. Press into the standing foot as the back heel lifts away from the mat. Embrace the wobbles, fall out, and then come back in if you need to. Press the heel back behind you, point the toes down. Maybe find your hips lined up by using your hands. And then lengthen through your spine. Make a smooth back of your neck, tucking your chin just a little bit. Ground into all 10 toes of your standing foot. One more breath here in Warrior 3, whatever version you've created. And then the standing foot helps you ground down and bring the back knee up. Lift the arms into the air. Right knee lined up with your hip, pressing onto a box. That's invisible box just below you. One more breath. And then into dancing Shiva. Left hand on the right knee, right hand behind you. Tall through the spine, turning from your heart center. Shoulder blades gently pull together. One more breath here. Inhale, we turn to face forward again, reaching up, breath in. Exhale, right knee over left, sit down into eagle. Left arm over right. Maybe tap the toes down first. Sit back into the chair version of eagle. Pull the feet and the legs together. Forearms pressed together, elbows up in line. One more inhale. Exhale, sit down. Release. Inhale, reach up, knee up. Exhale, send it back. Find your brief high lunge. Then find your warrior two. You got to make some adjustments with your feet for sure, especially me in this funny room. Bend into your front knees, stretch your arms long. Shoulder blades pull together. Long body. Gazing over your front fingers. One more inhale here. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Sky archer. Back arm down the thigh. Front arm lifting up and back. One more inhale. Exhale, lean forward. Find your block or your shin. Reach your right arm up. Whoops. Pulling your right hip back. Imagine that you're leaning against a wall right behind you. Press into the outer edge of the back foot. Soft bend in the front knee. One more breath here. Softly bend into the front knee so that you can release. Bring your hands down to the mat. Step back to your plank. Feel stable in it and then breathe in. Exhale, knees to the ground, chest and chin. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower down. Press the chest up. Hips go back so you can find a seat. You can face forward on your mat or be like me, as long as you can see the screen, and have your legs start to stretch out along the length of your mat, as wide as you're comfortable with. You can have a softness in your knees. You could put a blanket under your sit bones. Hands just come onto the legs. We're taking a moment to breathe deeply in through the nose. Sigh it out. Deep breath in. Very nice. We're going to fold forward now. So you can bring your hands just in front of you and start to hinge forward a little bit. So feel that your pelvis kind of tilts forward. Still kind of stays tucked in as well. And then we lean forward through the chest with a long spine, walking the fingertips a little forward till you feel yourself maybe starting to round a little bit. Then stop and press into the fingers or the palms. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, try to keep it a little long as best you can as you come all the way down, maybe to forearms. You could put a block under your forehead. Softness through your knees as you tilt your heart and your belly forward in between the thighs. Pressing out through the feet, keeping the toes active and up towards the ceiling. We'll take another deep breath here. On the exhale, maybe you can melt a little further down towards the ground. One more deep breath. Walk your hands back up. Start to let your exhales release any judgment, thoughts that you're having about your postures. You might be starting to come to face forward on your mat. Your glutes are settled in the middle of the mat, your feet just out in front of your knees, pointing forward. Take your hands behind you with your fingertips pointing towards your body, pressing your palms down. Spread the fingers, reverse tabletop. Take an inhale. Lift through the chest. Exhale, press up. Bringing your knees over your ankles, shoulders over wrists. Softness through the elbows. Pressing into all 10 toes, all 10 fingers. Squeezing a little through the glutes to lift your hips a little higher. Pressing the shoulders forward, which you really feel in the front of those shoulders. Imagine you might have a block in between your thighs. You could even put one in between your thighs and imagine you're squeezing it with them. Strong through both ends of your body. Maybe looking forward or looking up. One more inhale, lift up. Exhale, drop the hips down. Release the hands. You can shake it out a little bit. Circle round. Start to find your way down onto your back. Bring your feet wide as the mat. Open your arms out to the side. Start dropping your knees from side to side. Massaging through the spine, through the low back, through the sacrum. Once your knees fall over to the left, just leave them there for a moment. This can be any version of supine twist you like. Maybe you take your left heel on top of your right thigh. Shoulders sink into the mat, gazing up or maybe gazing the opposite direction of your knees for a little stretch through the neck. 2 more breaths here. And we'll start to lift the head back up. Release the left foot from the right knee if you did that. Rock the knees over to the other side. Choose the way you want to create your supine twist. Maybe trying to keep it similar to what you did on the other side. Relaxing through the knees, through the jaw and the mouth. Choosing where you want to take your gaze and perhaps keeping the eyes closed. 2 more deep breaths. Releasing, bringing your knees back up, feet to the mat, and then knees in towards the chest. You can hold onto them or onto your shins. You can rock a little again, side to side. You could find stillness and reach up to grab your arms around your shins and bring your forehead in towards your knees, giving yourself a big squeeze. Take an inhale and an exhale to drop your head, to release your arms and your legs completely down onto the mat. Arriving into your Shavasana, allowing your sacrum to settle down, your shoulder blades to sink into the mat, taking up space. Starting to let your breath naturally flow through your nose. Let your body take over. Or sigh if you need to settle your breath a little more. As your body becomes more heavy, more relaxed, you might feel the urge to start moving, to start getting into it with your thoughts. And if you notice that this is happening, first go easy on yourself. And then try to come back to the feeling of the breath as it flows through the nose, or the sensation of every part of your body starting to relax. Scan yourself from head to toe. Notice where you could soften a little more. And maybe come to realize that now that your focus is back inwards, you are more present, and that you could detach from your thoughts and let them just come and go without occupying your time and your energy too much. Take this time. It's so worth it. I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Please stay here in Shavasana as long as you can. I look forward to seeing you again soon. Thanks again, y'all. I hope you enjoyed the class. And if you did, remember to give it a like and also comment to let me know you liked it or give me any feedback that you have. How did you like it with maybe combining the first class, the beginner yoga, with the intermediate? Did you do the full 35, 40 minutes combination? I'll see you again soon for the next class and have a great day.